All right, welcome back. There have been more footages that have now been surfacing where the Ministry of Defense there in Ukraine showing how Sukhoi 34 of the Russian aerospace forces during a special operation struck at the military infrastructure of the nationalists. And let me straight away go across to Aishwarya Kapoor joining us with more on that, because Aishwarya, before I come across to you, Crispino will help us understand this latest video that has been put out, because Crispino, many videos that have surfaced online showing several Sukhoi 34 fighter bombers flying over northeastern city of Ukraine and in Kharkiv in Ukraine.
We had the latest video here showing of how the Russian aircrafts, in fact, targeted the Ukrainian infrastructure. We can see here a blue Sukhoi 34 here, the video which has been released by the Ministry of Defense during a special operation struck the military infrastructure of the Ukrainian army. You can see how it has taken off the air. A video here showing you minute by minute of this special operation by Russian military here, how the Sukhoi 34 strikes its target. You can see there the missile being put into orbit here, and it goes and strikes its target, the infrastructure of the Ukrainian army. The latest visuals that are getting on your screen of the operation by the Russian forces here, striking the enemy target, striking their target in Ukraine at this point of time. We are getting such videos minute by minute from Ukraine at this point of time, showing our viewers all the latest on ground.
All right, Crispino, just stay on with us. I believe Patrick is also with us right now. Patrick, if you can hear me, just take us through the latest updates that you have with us. We are getting to know that there's been a trail of devastation that has now been left behind.
Yes, hi. Right now, I'm in the southern part of the DPR and Russian-controlled territory in the village of Velisivka. Not too far from the front line itself, but this has always been firmly DPR-controlled territory. Now, yesterday, we tried to find some of these refugees that were to be evacuated from some of the cities that are under heavy attack now. But this ceasefire yesterday did not hold. We witnessed heavy fighting. This includes firing from Ukraine. Actually, in the last 24 hours, there's been several homes hit by Ukraine attacks on to the DPR or Russian-controlled territory, specifically in the city of Donetsk. And there's been 4 civilians injured from these attacks on Donetsk. So to say that Russia broke fire, like many of the agencies in the West, Sky News and others are reporting to say the big bad Russia. This is not the factual, this is not what the evidence shows. The evidence shows that intense fighting, I witnessed it myself with my own eyes, intense fighting going on both sides of the contact line. Many civilian homes and hit in Donetsk and the surrounding areas, but this has been a day that was not much ceasefire yesterday and today. We heard intense shelling on both sides yesterday and early this morning.
Patrick, because it is very difficult to get inside the area where you are currently reporting live from. And what happens when it comes to the troops over there? Are we looking at a situation where troops are advancing to the other cities?
Yes, actually, I'm right now on the road, on the way to the front, and we're going to be going to an area that's newly controlled by the people of the Russian forces that just days ago Ukraine evacuated. We're going to definitely be bringing a report from there. But in those areas near the front, there's no way to actually go live there. So we're going to have to show you these reports as we get them. Yeah, it's been reported by the Donetsk People's Republic official military representative Edward Basurin that the DPR and Russian forces have captured 17 villages from Ukraine controlled areas.
All right. Patrick, we'll come back to you. We'll just come back to you. You have sent across many of those ground reports of that intense fighting that continues between Ukraine and Russia, and especially of the rebel regions of Donetsk, where Patrick currently is reporting live from, after Russia has already declared it as an independent region. Let's play that out.
Можешь сказать, где мы находимся сейчас?
Где мы находимся?
Да.
Это село Рыбинское, Донецкая область. Ну, бывшая Донецкая область, теперь, надеюсь, ДНР будет уже.
Ага. Надеюсь, да? Тут сейчас ДНР и Россия войска, да? Недавно был украинский, да?
Не так давно, да, были украинские.
Ага. Как вы чувствуете за это? Это хорошо или плохо сейчас?
Я думаю, что это скорее хорошо. Как сказала моя дочка, когда зашли сюда ДНРовские войска, она меня дернула за руку и, проходя мимо танка ДНРовского, и сказала: пап, ты знаешь, когда украинские войска проходили, мне было страшно, я не знала, чего ждать. А дончане, от них веет спокойствием и уверенностью.
Ага.
Я думаю, лучше, чем это, ничего не может передать общее ощущение от происходящего.
Ага.
Да, жалко, вот Волноваху жалко, людей, которые мирные там погибают сейчас. Но ни мирные люди, ни военные ДНР и России не виноваты в том, что нацисты держат вот так вот, сопротивляются.
Держат их в заложниках?
Да, по сути, да, дают же коридоры. Дают же коридоры. Почему нельзя выпустить людей? И воюйте там сколько хотите. Отстроить можно все, человеческую жизнь отстроить заново нельзя.
Да.
Блин, прикрываются людьми, блин. У нас, я же говорю, у нас человек 10 детворы, студентов в Мариуполе застряли. Родители с ума сходят.
I'm Patrick Lancaster, and right now we are in the village of Rubinskaya in the southern part of the DPR and Russian-controlled territory. And right now we're here because today is to be somewhat of a ceasefire, or a regime of silence, as they call it. This was agreed upon so civilians could be evacuated from Mariupol and the Volnovakha area, because there's many civilians where there's intense battle going on. So we're here in this village. We're going to have a talk with the locals here, and we're waiting on refugees to come so we can talk to them about what the situation is and how the evacuation is going and what's really happening on the ground in these areas of intense fighting. So we're gonna be here showing you. We've heard a lot of shelling today so far, even though we're just getting starting. It doesn't seem like there's much of a ceasefire, but we're gonna be here on the ground talking to the people. And yeah, as you can see behind me, there's still civilians here walking through the streets, even though not far from here there's an intense war going on with intense battle. But we're here to show you exactly what the situation is and how things are happening. What, you can hear a shell right there. This has been kind of an ongoing thing this morning. Just every few seconds or every few minutes, more explosions. Doesn't sound like the ceasefire or regime of silence is really that silent. And it has become clear that this regime of silence or ceasefire has crumbled. The refugees are not going to be able to make it out of Mariupol and Volnovakha, at least not today, it seems. There is intense fighting going on right now, and they just can't leave these cities and go into areas that are under shelling because they won't make it. So we are going to continue to bring you all of the breaking news information